I would suppose, given enough time and a good night's sleep, I clean up rather nice after participating in my very first internet challenge trend video thing. I'm still not entirely sure what I did last night. Good morning. Happy Holy Saturday, everyone. It is, Good Friday was yesterday, and now it is Holy Saturday. Okay, let's get to my low and my high, my act of kindness. What was my low? Well, I guess the fact, getting nominated for the challenge I mentioned earlier definitely caught me by surprise. In fact, I was kind of, dreading it, whatever. Well, not dreading it, but see, if I was nominated for some of this, of course I'd do it. It was just, finding the time and place to actually pull it off. I'll explain more in a minute. My high is I went out and hung out at Nick's for a ridiculously long time. Pretty much till Nick's was closing, actually. But it was fun. Got to see some very wonderful people. You guys know who you are. Technically, I did have an opportunity to check an item off my 2025 bucket list, but honestly, it's the sort of item on my bucket list that the timing really has to be right. And by right, I mean, what would be the best time to do so in which I'd be successful in doing this thing? If that makes sense. What's my act of kindness? My act of kindness was, actually I was running an errand, and on my way out of, this is going to sound weird, but yeah, I know, call me a weirdo. I'm definitely a guy that likes to wear cologne when he goes out, and I went to the American Eagle at the Arnold. Actually, hold on. I got myself this. And actually, before I went to Nick's, I got this. And, before going in, I sprayed on, and I actually like this so far. By the way, this is not an ad. I'm just a consumer who likes this product. That's really all I am. I'll put it away now. Now then, as I was leaving the mall, there was a couple groups of people that were coming in, and it was very clear that both groups of people were there to see the Minecraft movie, which, look, okay, sure. There is one movie that's out right now I really do want to see. Hopefully I'll be able to see it on Tuesday if I can pull it off. Let's see. Well, I guess as long as I'm thinking about this, how about I talk about the very first internet challenge I was officially nominated for? So, a few years back, I think, gosh, how long ago was this? It was a long time ago. They had the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, where to promote awareness and talking about ALS, you had to dump a bucket of ice on your head. Surprisingly, I never got nominated for anything during that time, which, it's fine. Actually, if I recall correctly, I forget who, but I think someone that I know, instead of dumping ice over their head, they jumped into a nearly frozen pond, which, yeah, that works. So now they're doing it again, only it's for promoting mental health awareness. It's called the USC Speak Your Mind Challenge. is what it's called. And much like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, you gotta dump water over your head to promote ALS. And like if someone nominates you, you gotta do it yourself, and you gotta nominate several other people. And you have 24 hours to respond. Now, I said, I'm not going to, well, technically I named who it was in the short last night, so I'm not going to say it here. But someone nominated me, which completely got me off guard. Because it was from someone I was probably least expecting. To say the least. No pun intended. So I'm at Nick's, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I actually gotta do this now. Because again, like, here's the thing. I don't own any ice. Like, hold on. This is a garbage pail that I never use. I just have it just in case. There's actually still water in this thing from last night. Hold on. This is what I used to, dump the water on my head. That's what I did. And I had to go outside of my apartment building to find an area where I could set the camera down, stand a ways and, dump the water on my head. I don't have any ice, but why am I still holding this? Again, I don't have any ice, but my apartment's kind of funny because right now, even though the weather is getting better, we're still in that time of year where my apartment building, the whole building itself is switched on to the heat. And when that happens, I don't know what's going on. But, good God, when I want cold water, do I get cold water? Like, it's almost as if there was ice in there and you just, took it out after a while or it melted or whatever. That's how cold my water is. Like, this is the kind of cold water where, on a hot summer day, you're presented, a cold bottle of water, and you just chug the thing, and even though you're pretty much drinking the water as fast as you can, it doesn't feel as if it's going down your throat fast enough. And that feeling of you're hot, you're really thirsty, and the feeling of cold water going down your throat, oh. Man, I tell you what, if there was ever a goat for natural highs, that's it right there. A nice cold drink on a hot day when you're really thirsty and you just can't take it anymore. Oh man, that's the best. That is the best. That's how cold the water out of my sink is right now. Actually, it is kind of a good thing they're doing the challenge now than later, because soon my apartment building is going to switch to air conditioning, and when that happens, the water goes from being as cold as I just described it to just barely being, cold. Barely being cool even. It's weird. I think it has something to do with the pipes or so. I have no idea how that thing works. So yes, I participated in my first internet challenge. Not a bad way to have a good Friday, actually. Oh, even though that was the very last thing I did, I really got to give a shout out to Nick's because I had a great time there. Again, saw some of the best people that I know. Even watched the Yankees win. That was awesome. Go Yankees. I mean, listen, I live in the state of New York. Of course, I'm probably like either the Yankees or the Mets, and I like the Yankees. So that was interesting. Actually, I was talking to someone about an event that happened a few years ago at the World Baseball Classic, where the two best players in the MLB, Showtime Ohtani and Mike Trout, were going up against each other, like pitcher versus a hitter. See, the world, obviously it's the world, other countries participate, and it was basically, the final was Japan versus the U.S. Since Showtime Ohtani is from Japan, he's on Team Japan. Japan wound up winning it all that year. But Ohtani versus Trout, that's like Mbappe versus Messi. Or, I guess, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Like, the greatest, like, showdowns that we want to see. And we got that. It was awesome. So, that was interesting. Again, the Yankees won at... Actually, where were they? I think they were in Tampa Bay, maybe? I think it was Tampa Bay. I don't know. But they won. 1-0. Also, I'll say this. You never want to say anything bad about the Yankees next to a diehard Yankee fan. Especially if it's the kind of, especially one where the phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, would take effect here. That was interesting. Also, okay. I will admit, I like to believe I'm open to things. For lack of a better word, I'd say I'm hip. But there are just some things I don't know about or I don't know how it works. And I literally just learned last night that if a bar or any place you go to has like one of those iPhone-looking jukebox things, you can actually like send an app to your phone. I can't remember what the app is called at the moment. And you can play music that's on your phone and put it on the thing for everybody else to hear. I mean, you gotta pay however much it is per song, but that's pretty cool. I mean, technically I've done that thing before where I put $1 in the thing, and it's the same basic principle, but I think you just do it, via wirelessly with your debit or credit card or whatever. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about doing it like that. Again, this is one of those things where, because here's the thing, I've got no problem with like worrying about like money or anything like that. Like, obviously I know, what I can afford to do and what I can't afford to do. And while technically I could afford to do this just fine, because I'm sure it's like, maybe $1 a song or something. I've got no interest in doing it. But also, what if I pick a bad song? I mean, listen, all music, much like comedy and art and everything else, is subjective. And I know there are a lot of people where what could be a good song for some is not a very good song for others. I mean, I literally made a video a while back on Taylor Swift alone of like why she's so incredibly divisive. Although, you know what, that does remind me. I think it was last August, I went to a celebration of life for a friend's mom. And it took place at the Elbow Room. And my friend's daughter wanted to, play songs on the jukebox, much like I explained earlier, only she was going to put $1 in. And this little girl is a huge Taylor Swift fan. Like, all the classic signs of a traditional Swiftie are like right there. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a tall, straight, slightly above average, average looking white guy. I am not Taylor Swift's demographic. In fact, the vast majority of people who tend to make fun of Taylor Swift look exactly like me. So, off the gate, I would never ever say that I am a Swiftie. But I said in my video a while ago, I like Taylor Swift. I appreciate the things she's done. You know, she has a beautiful voice. I think that's the one thing people tend to forget about Taylor Swift. Like, she has talent. Like, she's got more talent in, like, one of her phalanges, that's like the tip of her pinky, than people like me have in their entire bodies. You know, that's not even up for debate. But, you know, again, I do like her music, some of it anyway. So I obviously know my fair share of at least good Taylor Swift songs. So as this little girl is deciding what she's going to do, I'm like, are you going to play Style? Are you going to do Wildest Dreams? Are you going to do Antihero? Are you going to... Like, I'm just naming, like, good Taylor Swift song after good Taylor Swift song that I know off the top of my head. And there's other Taylor Swift songs I like, too. I mean, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together is actually a guilty pleasure of mine. So, yeah, you know, I like to think I like her decent enough. But as I'm naming these songs, this little girl, whom we are having a celebration of life for her grandma, essentially, she walks up to me, she turns around and says, "Oh my God, you're a Swiftie." Now, on the one hand, actually there is no on the one hand, I am quite conflicted. Because on the one hand, under normal circumstances, I would act in a way that would not seem appropriate in public. And I almost wanted to. On the other hand, how could I ever be mean to a sweet, innocent little girl? Like, I was stuck. So, yeah, that happened once. Watch. This video is going to go one of two ways. It's going to be like, the Swifties going to be like, one of us, one of us, one of us. Or like some of the Swiftie haters are going to be like, woo. Although, actually, that does remind me. I'm a fan of the Try Guys. And one of their shows that's grown on me is Trolley Problems. And one of their earliest episodes, like The Hill to Die On, was you had to say the tweet that Taylor Swift was mid. I would so be that guy who would tweet that. I wouldn't even be ashamed about it. I totally would. Just for both the shock value and it would be funny as hell. I could say I really would do that for several artists, I'm not going to lie. Because, I mean, again, the backlash would be enormous. But in that moment, it would be the funniest thing I'd ever do. And I've had my fair share of moments like that. But I'm not going to have any like that today because I have a very busy day ahead of me. To the good folks over at E. Oliver Candle Company, congratulations. Today you're celebrating your 1 year anniversary, which I will be going to shortly after I upload this video. And to the good folks over at Peas Macarons, congratulations on your spring reopening. I'm definitely going to go there as well today. I'm going to do that. I've got church at 7 o'clock in the evening. That's definitely going to be something that I have to do. And, yeah. I got a plan on when I'm making my guacamole for the party tomorrow that I'm going to. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for the name. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, happy Holy Saturday, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk, Jen will be here to lend you once you're back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.